Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood. We are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in a perfect 10-0.
And it's not just that they're winning, it's how they're winning. All phases of the game coming together for this team.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner, their rookie quarterback.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely. And he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
That's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. What he did with it.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Calling a gain of a yard. That is second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. Look at this Buffalo defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Steelers, first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Heck of a start for him here, Charles, on this opening drive, and they're doing it all through the air. That's 4 snaps and 4 passes so far.
I do think that there's an argument, Brandon, to maybe mix in a running play or two, but the way that these offenses are constructed, you can get that done with swing passes and checkdowns. The way they're throwing it, I keep pressing it downfield.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. Rodgers to throw once more. Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Maxwell Hairston. And the Bills are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career, and he parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I'm so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. A good passing down here. They send three receivers to the right of the formation on second down. Here's Rodgers.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Rodgers going to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Austin brings in the quick throw.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll make it second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down.
Now it's Rodgers.
Austin is there and brings in another one. And the Steelers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
That's another Steelers first.
Now Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that will lead to a 3rd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Rodgers again now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And, Charles, no two ways around it. Anytime you get the current #1 and #2 seeds in the AFC playing each other this late in a season, it's a big game.
It is definitely a big game, and not just for seeding and placement and such, but for trying to establish yourself as a team to beat. You want everyone else in the league to look at you and say, boy, it's going to be tough to knock those guys off.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. To throw is Rodgers.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Steelers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Well, they have not been shy about looking his way in this first half. That's already 7 catches for him now, and we've yet to hit halftime.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Steelers ready to take over on offense.
And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where it would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Over 70 yards receiving now for him in his first half alone, as he's got a first down on that last catch.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So a big pickup that time, and Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, and they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to them. It means respect around the league. If he's able to show those kind of hands all game long, he can win a second one. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. It's Shaq Thompson here to pick.
And the Bills are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And the Steelers set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Throwing now is Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. But 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And now here's another interception. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick.
Well, they get him wet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
That's caught right side. It's Warren. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, the Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 39-yard line.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Looking to throw. Rodgers. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's good for us Steelers. First down. 1st and 10.
On play action. Rodgers. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
26-yard line.
And again, it's Rodgers. Well, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. That is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
And now out come the Steelers.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Rodgers to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
At the 42-yard line.
Now run straight ahead to Warren.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Rodgers now to throw. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now Rodgers. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 10-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Maxwell Hairston.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Rodgers.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it
looking to throw. Rodgers.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Rodgers to throw once more. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And the Steelers first down.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Rodgers.
He's got room to roam. And finally down at the 9-yard line.
That's another Steelers first down.
Now it's Rodgers. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin Austin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth-quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever.
Rodgers going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll bring up a second and short.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Now Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
The 21-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Steelers first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Jalen Warren from 4 yards out. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown down there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Man, it's 2008, I'm trying to paint the picture. Comeback season in the works, and now I'm thinking bigger. I got in the studio every night, late night. Gotta watch it, don't want to make them sick.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Back to throw. Rodgers. Over the middle, it's complete. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Looking to throw. Rodgers. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 33.
The Steelers first down. First and 10.
Rodgers again now. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over, there he goes, right side. Inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Pat Fryermuth, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. As when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Back to throw, Rodgers. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
The clock reading 40 seconds. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And now look at this. Big game, but a fumble. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously a touchdown would win it. First throw of overtime for Rodgers.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. To throw, it's Rodgers. Open man, that's the tight end fire move. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he comes back with one complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Pittsburgh, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Bills,
This could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves.
Every player hopes to someday be known as a true superstar, but in a constant pursuit of perfection, it only takes someone else to fill them in when the status has been reached.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. On the visitor's sideline, Steeler head coach Mike Tomlin. His guys ready to get this one going. His counterpart on the Ravens sideline, John Harbaugh. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. The Steelers offense ready to get started. The #1 team in the AFC to this point in the year. And all eyes on this man, their star wideout.
And you wonder, what can he do for an encore, Charles, after the numbers that he put up a week ago? That's a great question, because not only was he the talk of the NFL, it's talk of the entire football world. You have little kids out there begging their parents for his jersey, wanting to be him, and put up those kind of numbers in the backyard. Now, look, I think he'll approach what he did last week, but 6 for over 100 yards, I think that's well within reach.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. That's caught. It's a rookie from Alabama. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Here's Rodgers to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw it right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
2nd and 6. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton puts it. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a...
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Rodgers now to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
18 on the play. First down, Steelers.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
And again, it's Rodgers. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And the Steelers first down.
Now Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 6 at the Ravens' 33-yard line.
On play action. Now Rodgers.
4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down in a yard. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
At the 5-yard line.
Rodgers to throw once more. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 4 yards out.
And the Steelers have got it back to within a score.
Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and a yard.
Now it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't know.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Steelers have moved out in front in the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Steelers offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
Throwing is Rodgers. Wide open receiver, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 10.
Rodgers going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Rodgers.
Across the formation, he hits Austin.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
So a tight one so far. 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hansen at our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And they get him down but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Rodgers again now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Visitors offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. To throw is Rodgers. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Rodgers. They'll get it inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 44 yards. And the Steelers add 6 to their lead.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
And points certainly not at a premium here. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
13 yards.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And a stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
They'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second down.
Back to throw again. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Steelers ready to take over on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here first and 10.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
Throwing now is Rodgers. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Completes it to Austin. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
He's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Steelers.
32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. He finds Austin complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 25-yard line.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
2nd and goal from the 1.
2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Johnson looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
He tried to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
Rodgers now to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Rodgers.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
And again, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 40.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth.
Yeah, they do get him down, but not before he's is able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
At the 4-yard line.
Now it's Rodgers. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Calvin Austin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers will add to their 4th quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Rodgers throwing here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf. A 12-yard touchdown grab. Now the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Rodgers will throw for it. That's caught.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Back now in Baltimore, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Steelers, the win will be their 12th now on the campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.
It's on to a new week for Pittsburgh. And next on the schedule are the Dolphins. One of their players will be singled out for some extra attention. He has to be ready.